Have you ever ran out of money and everyone started revolting? Or have you gotten these messages and got confused on what to do? If so, this is just a video for you. In this video, I'll explain the basic economic system, the purposes of PIA, and most importantly, how to make more money. How the economy works, PIA in circulation. At the start of the game, on a normal mode, we begin with total of 20,000 PIA. This initial amount is the entire money supply for our nation. What's crucial to understand is that the total amount of PIA in existence is a closed system, mostly. Let me explain. Let's take Mark for example. Oh, hi Mark. Every time we command Mark to gather, mine, or build, we have to pay him. The PIA then leaves our pocket and goes to Mark once he completes the task. Then we collect it back through the taxes and facilities. And now Mark gives back the PIA. So whether the money is in your coffers or in the hands of the reticents, the total amount of PIA remains the same. It's just circulating. However, there are three key ways to increase the total amount of PIA in the system. First, immigrant rats. When new rats or reticents join our kingdom, they often bring with them a small amount of money, typically between 100 to 500 PIA. This is a direct injection of new wealth into our economy. Second, trade with other nations. By selling our surplus goods or electricity to other nations, we receive new PIA or DAR in exchange. This is a powerful way to generate new wealth and should be the core part of your long-term strategy. And third, the mint. The third and most reliable method is through our own production. From a furnace, you convert 1 gold ore into 2 ingots. And from mint, you convert 2 ingots to 5 gold coins. So each coin is worth 100 PIA, so you convert 1 gold ore to 500 PIA excluding the coal or the labor fees. So what is the purpose of PIA? First, work orders and compensation. As mentioned before, every single action and command we issue, from building a new bank for 200 PIA to a simple mining order costing 1 PIA, requires compensation. Our reticents won't work for free, and PIA is their incentive. Daily payments and happiness. Many of our structures and military units require a daily payment to function. If we run out of money to pay them, their happiness will plummet, often leading to a revolt. So keeping a stable cash flow is essential to maintaining order and preventing rebellion. And my favorite categories of all, power. The ancient staff, the stick that I play with, is a unique item whose damage is directly tied to the amount of PIA you have in your possession. And finally, probably the most important, achieving victory. One of the ways to victory is through the economy. For example, you can win by accumulating 250,000 PIA and building a monument. Alternatively, a victory can be achieved by having 50 gold class reticents. This also requires a significant amount of PIA, as each reticent costs 5,000 PIA, totaling 250,000 PIA minimum in circulation to secure the win. So far, we've covered the economic system and the purposes of PIA. Cool story, bro, but show me the money. PIA value. The bank and exchange rates. You'll see occasional messages asking whether to increase or decrease the value of PIA. This is essentially asking you to change the exchange rate. How much PIA equals 1 DAR. And this can be a bit confusing, so let me go ahead and explain. So every day, a random exchange rate ticket is drawn from a special box. That ticket has a percentage on it, and your exchange rate shifts by the exact amount. So it's like a fun daily lottery, but here's a catch: you can influence it. From these messages, you can actually add new tickets to that box that favor a certain exchange rate. It's like stacking odds in your favor, making your daily luck a little less random and a lot more strategic. So how do we use this to our advantage at the bank? When converting PIA to DAR, you always want to increase the value of PIA. This means your PIA is stronger, so you get more DAR for your money. Conversely, when converting DAR to PIA, you want to do the opposite and decrease the value of PIA. This makes your DAR more valuable, so you get a huge payout of PIA. For this, remember the cap of 2,000 PIA. The value of DAR can go only up to 2,000 PIA, So when converting large amounts of DAR, you should aim to change it at 2000 or somewhere close. Tip number 2. Trading gold ores. Importing 1 unit of gold ore typically costs only 80 to 100 PIA. However, if you recall that chart, once processed, that single gold ore can be converted into 500 PIA at the mint. This is a massive return on investment, even when you factor in the coal needed for smelting. To fully capitalize on this, you will need the right infrastructure. I recommend building at least 2 to 3 furnaces to efficiently process gold ore into gold ingots. Then have 2 mints to quickly convert those into PIA. Tip number 3, the rat shrine. Let's talk about how to get money from your reticence and fill your own pockets. While the reticence money is essentially part of your national treasury and therefore your money, sometimes you need to get it back. Early in the game, the rat shrine is one of the most powerful tools for this. Whenever you walk past a reticent, you can instantly collect any tax imposed from them. This makes the shrine a fantastic way to quickly and reliably collect money. The shrine also gives you the option to throw money at your reticents if they're too poor or if their happiness drops too low, which can be a literal lifesaver for your colony. Tip number 4. Implementing smart tax laws. Next up is tax law, and while it can get pretty in-depth and confusing, I'll give you the key tricks. Once you build a code stone, you can create and implement tax laws. You'll be able to determine who the tax applies to, how often it's collected, and the specific amount. Here's the pro tip. You want to focus on a wealth tax instead of an income tax. An income tax is applied to a reticent's total earnings at the start of each new day, before they have a chance to spend any of it on daily needs or entertainments. This can leave them with nothing, making them very unhappy. A wealth tax, however, is much more effective. It's applied to whatever money they have left over after their daily spending, which is especially useful for the jobless or the poorer reticents. So set a higher wealth tax, typically about 10 to 25%, and keep the income tax as low as possible to ensure both your reticents are happy and your coffers full. Here's a bonus tip, a risky investment. When you get the shadow corporation asking for a 10,000 PIA investment, say yes. This might sound crazy, but if you play the long game, it's a fantastic deal. You'll receive 1,500 PIA in dividends every now and then, and over time, you'll easily earn back much more than your initial investment.